All right, good morning. Let me see here. There we are. All right, how is everybody this morning? Oh, I see. I got a little echo thing. All right, how is everybody this morning? Okay. Oh, I see. I got a little echo thing. All right, how is everybody this morning? Oh, there we go. So I was hearing it on the actual Facebook page as well as the recording on here. So who might be joining me this morning? I'm going to try to do a little of the, I'm on Zoom, so y'all know I can't actually read your comments all at the same time. But if you want to leave me a little message, I'm going to try to do this and see if I can be somewhat successful in reading comments at the same time as I'm on here trying to talk to you. All right, here we are. All right, we're ready. So happy 4th of July. I love fireworks. It's so fun. And there's the flag behind. I found this picture. I thought it was so cool. I want to introduce y'all. There are some of y'all that might not have met my sweet little baby girl. This is little Gabby. She has on her patriotic little vest. Bill's already had her at the park. She's got dirty eyes this morning. Anyway, my little patriotic girl, she loves going out for a walk. She and Bill go out almost every day and walk about 2 miles. So she is a healthy, strong little puppy. And she travels, oh my gosh, you guys, when we just got back from Kansas City about a week ago, she is so great in the car. And I think maybe because when she was, when we first picked her up, we got her, I can't remember the little town. It's about an hour and a half south of Kansas City. There's a breeder there. And we went and picked her up. And then, so her first experience was in the car. And then 2 days or so later, after we picked her up, we drove back to Vegas because that was right when the pandemic was starting and we were trying to get home before everything got shut down. We made it back so most of the restaurants were closed. Even the Wendy's and the drive-ins were closed and you couldn't go in anywhere. About the only thing that was open. And this was truly, it was March 19th and 20th, because on the 20th is when we got back home. I don't know why I'm saying all that, except that it's still about my little girl. So she's been traveling since her first days and she loves it. Are you going to get a snuggly with mom? So today, I'm just here to chat with y'all this morning. I'm not I don't have an agenda, so to speak. I just wanted to say hello and see how everybody's doing. So if you're on here, and I truly, there we do have a few people. Yay, I love that. So I can see, Deborah, how are you? So nice to see you on there. And I guess you know I'm moving back to Kansas City. So I'm looking forward to having our first gathering, see who might be able to come and where that might be. And Kathy, thank you. Thank you. I thought this was pretty cool when I found that this morning. So kind of makes you feel that whole sparkly thing. We never did fireworks. My mom was always very hesitant about them. We would go and see them, but we didn't do fireworks, except we could do sparklers. And that's what this reminds me of. You remember, does any of y'all out there, you can like put a little note in there. So have you ever, or do you ever do sparklers? And you just do, and you know, you can write your name in it, and it's so cool how it just sort of stays in the air. Matter of fact, if I had some, I would do some tonight because it'd be kind of fun. But I look forward to being in Kansas City with my grandkids and doing that at some point. Now I know I have to still be careful because they get hot on the ends, but that is at least one firework that you don't have to worry about it exploding in your face, right? So those of you who are doing fireworks, if you're watching them, enjoy. And if you're holding them, doing them on your in your street, just be real careful because a lot of accidents happen on the 4th of July with fireworks. So just be careful and safe. We don't want anybody hurt. So yay. And let's see here. Anybody else out there? I know that both of these ladies are from the Kansas City area, although in different parts of town. So if you're on, just tell us where you are. So I am so proud to be an American. I'm just saying, you know, we are so blessed to live in this country where we can actually get on and share our views and share our faith. And whether everybody agrees or not doesn't matter. There's probably many who don't agree with the certain beliefs that I have, but it doesn't really matter. We all are free to believe as we want to. And that's the whole point of our country, is being set up for that kind of freedom. And so I would love to acknowledge that. And I'm going to go down. So I'm going to really put it out there. Most of you all know already, but some of you may not. And so just FYI, I'm not ever trying to change anybody's opinion about anything, but just letting you know where I stand on some things. So I'm a member of here in Las Vegas of the Republican Women's Club of Las Vegas. And I've been the Americanism chairman. Now, I didn't even know there was such a thing, but Missy Day, a great friend and wonderful business coach, she's the president, and she asked me if I could do that. So every month for the last year-ish, I don't remember when I first started, I've had the pleasure of leading the group at lunch with the Pledge of Allegiance and singing the national anthem. And my big thing was, we hear, I'm getting ready to sneeze. I go, sorry. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Live, don't you love it? Sneezes and all. So we hear so many beautiful renditions of the national anthem. And actually, Sandy Patty does one of my favorites. It's just so beautiful. But there've been so many, in the sports announcements. But what I've noticed is over the years, fewer and fewer people actually sing it. Now I realize it's a little bit hard song to sing. The range is pretty wide, and I don't know, it's not that singable. So I get that, but it is our national anthem. And there's something that just makes me feel very proud. And of course, I've told y'all before that my dad was in the Air Force as well. Just about every aunt and uncle on his side. Actually all my uncles on my mother's side as well. So really proud to share in our country. So when we say the Pledge of Allegiance, and okay, so I'm going to be really different. And let's just do that. Y'all see the flag behind me. You can just say it out loud in your in your office, wherever you are coming from right now. But let's do this together, because when was the last time I grew up and we did say the Pledge of Allegiance every day in school when school started? But then once you get out of school, you don't really do it that much. So let's do it together. We're going to be really live and creative. I wish y'all were on the screen with me. So, all right, my flag is, I'm pledging, that's a flag that's behind me. If you have a flag in your office, that's the only flag I have handy. So I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Like, woohoo, amen on that. Justice for all, life, liberty. I love that. And then at these meetings, I get to lead everybody in the national anthem. And that's the other thing, is that we've heard that sung so many beautiful ways that people have stopped singing it. So no, we're not going to sing it together on air. I'll just do the national anthem. So whenever I led the meeting, I encouraged everybody to sing with me. So I sang the basic, simple song of just, of the national anthem, so everybody could sing along. And I just gathered them in, and it was beautiful. Sometimes I think at times we had 40, 50 people in the room for lunch. Could have even been more than that, but I think that was about an average. And it was just beautiful for me standing up there, listening to all these people, voices coming together and singing the national anthem. So it was just beautiful. So when you get the chance, and if you're at a ball game and somebody's singing, just go ahead and sing along with them. I know sometimes the different variations make it harder to do that, but you can still do that. And it, especially if you grew up, if y'all are in somewhere close to my age group, to which I am not talking about this morning, but you grew up singing it, and it's just nice. It kind of brings back those feelings of the patriotism and the gratefulness of just being in our country and being able to share our thoughts and our beliefs together. So part of what I've been doing in there also is that usually every month I do some Americanism thing. So I do a lot of trivia and ask questions, and whoever gets it right gets a piece of candy I throw across the room to whoever got the answer right. But I had spent a little bit of time. Again, I studied this in high school. This is the last time we don't, when do we go back and really do that unless there's a reason that we want to look that up? So I'm going to read to y'all the preamble of the United States, because I just love it. And I did have it memorized. I probably could get it back in my head, but I had to look it up because I couldn't remember it all. I always remember the first part, we the people, like we the people of the United States. That's the we. That's the Democrats, Republican, Independents, whoever, we the people. And I love that. So be proud of being a we the people. So here it is. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States of America. I love that. Provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to us and our children, to future generations. So it's a beautiful thing to remember, this document that was put together, all those years ago, 1776. I'm going to just tell you all a little bit, a little bit of a history lesson this morning, in case you haven't thought about this or been in a meeting or a gathering where this, came up and became important. So it said the Declaration of Independence, the founding document of the United States, was approved by the Continental Congress on July the 4th, 1776, and announced the separation of 13 North American British colonies from Great Britain. It explained why the Congress on July 2nd unanimously had resolved that these united colonies are and of a right to be free and independent states. And then that's where it started. And so it took a little bit of different levels of where that came to be, but they got it written. And then on July 4th, 1776, the official copy of the Declaration was written out on parchment, and it was signed on August 2nd by the members of the Congress. And here's one of the portions within there that, again, I want to share with y'all this morning. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men, that all people, I added that in, are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. And I love this, endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So that's what our country's all about. It's about, we have the Bill of Rights and the freedoms to do that. And when you doubt who we are as a country, go back and read some of this. It's really pretty fascinating. I think the last meeting that I went to, it was April, I guess, I went through and actually went through the quick version of the Bill of Rights. It's amazing. What a beautiful document that has come down through the ages for us. So those are the things that make me proud of those founding fathers. And again, there's a lot of people who have a lot of negative stuff to say. You know what? They were people. They were just men who were raising their families, living in those times. And they did a beautiful thing for all of us, to which I think we should be grateful. And we can make whatever changes in our country that we want. That's our right to vote. So wherever you stand on anything in the country and politically, just know that we each have a right. We each have that opportunity to make the change that we want to make the change on our local level and in our national level. But bottom line, let's just keep in mind that we are Americans, that we are here to be kind and uplift each other. And, we can do a lot, and we can make a big difference just by reaching out, respecting each other, and loving each other. Let's just love each other for who we are as people, individuals, humans together. And then agree to disagree. There's going to be times, no matter what, in your families, with your kids, there's always going to be those times we're going to disagree, and that's okay. I mean, it really is. Sometimes I think we get so caught up in the things that we think, well, we're all supposed to think the same thing. Well, that is impossible. So let's just get over that in the first place, because we're never going to all agree on everything, and it's okay. And I think that's how we grow. Sometimes, like I try to listen better than I did when I was younger. I try to listen so maybe I can understand the other point of view. Not that they're going to change my mind, but hey, what if what they have to say makes a lot of sense, and maybe I do change my mind? And that's also my choice too. Boy, I got lots of dinging going on my on my phone over there. I thought I had it turned off. So let me see here. Is anybody else out here this morning? I know y'all probably have some major things that you're going to do today. If you want to put in there, Kathy, what are you doing today? And Deborah, what are you doing today? We are hanging home. Y'all, it was 112 yesterday. It was already, I think it's almost 100 here today, 90 something already. So we're not going to be out much. Often we go to the 4th of July parade. Here in Summerlin, where I live, we have a 4th of July parade, but it is just too hot. And I think we've just been out and doing so much. We're just going to kind of chill and enjoy being home. Cook some steaks out on the grill. It's all about the food. So what are you doing? So Lisa, I see you on here. Good morning. I told Lisa, I said, you can have the morning off. I'm just going to chit chat on here. And so I'm glad to see you on. And Kathy, okay, so what are you doing, Kathy? And what are you doing, Deborah and Lisa? What's on your agenda for the day? Anything special, or just enjoying being with your family? I think Alicia's going over to her in-laws today, or being with Kyle's family. I'm not sure about Justin, because he was already this weekend over there. Has it seemed long to y'all? This has been the longest weekend. I don't know, because I have things that I need to take care of in regard to the move. And so everybody's been kind of out since about Friday afternoon, and Saturday and Sunday, and not very many people and stuff were working on Monday. And then today's Tuesday. So it seems like it's been this big weekend, which is great, except basically I've had things I needed to do. So I'm glad tomorrow will be back to work, kind of everybody back to normal. So let me see here, Kathy, what'd you say? What would it look like if our Kansas City luncheons could incorporate a bit of American topics this year? Hey, I love that idea. I'm open for it. So start thinking, Kathy, about what day of the week. I'm going to try to make sure that we fit it within your schedule, because I know how busy you are with all this stuff. But I love that idea. That would be great. So any other ideas that anybody has is awesome as well. So, all right. Well, I think I'm going to just let you guys go. Let me see if there was any other little thing that I wanted to share with you on the actual Americanism side here. I read to you the preamble already, but there are so many fun facts that I found just looking up information over this last year. So it's kind of fun, and there are all different ways you can get copies. Just little pamphlets if you want to just do a little quick refresh of yourself about the Constitution and the rights that we have. And again, just being blessed that we can each decide what church we want to go to on Sunday, as well as decide whether we want to go to church or not. We can have our own private worship. We can do, I love freedom, and I love choices. Y'all know that's my shtick, so to speak, is that just how everything is about choices. And we can choose to be grateful and thankful for the country we live in, and share that love of our country with other people, and just learn from each other. I love that part as well, because it's all about growing. If we stop growing, y'all, we're going to die. We just have to keep growing and changing. And I know these two ladies that are on, or all three of the ladies that are on here that I can see this morning, believe that as well. So, all right. Love you guys. Thank you for being here, or whenever if you're watching it later. I expect there's some at parades this morning. There's some getting ready for picnics, cookouts. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends, whoever it is that you're spending time with. And just be appreciative. Be thinking, and when you see those fireworks, just like, whoa, there's been lots of wars, there's been a lot of things that have brought this and keep this freedom for us. You're thinking of I'm thinking of National Anthem, and it's how it's between all of the bombs and the things that were going off, that the flag was still there. So go listen to the National Anthem today for some, just you can find great versions. Whitney Houston did one. Sandy Patty, though, about every famous artist has done it. So go listen to it today. That'd be a nice little thing. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the support as we continue on together, no matter, where you are. Know that, you are really amazing. You are special. God created you for greatness, and you have a purpose in this world. Take care. Remember that life is not a matter of chance. It's a matter of choice. Choose wisely and go out and make it a fabulous week. Bye now. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.